Views and likes, we run it up. Subscribe to the boys and run it up. It's your favorite podcast, turn it up. The Run going live, we done it up. If you like sports, we got it. You see the game winner, who shot it? Score a touchdown in the last second. We gon' talk about it in the next segment. We gon' talk about all the sports you like. We live at 7 on a Thursday night. Come home from work and grab a bite. Then listen to the fellas talk about the fight. We got Sean Griffin, Mason Gillis. Can't forget about the boy Lance Rochelle. We talking NBA and Major League. You know we gotta talk about the NFL. AJ Nash, did you see that pass? We ducking so hard that we breaking the glass. To run the best podcast y'all done heard. Let's tell everybody, help spread the word. So kick back and relax your nerve. We give you everything sports fans deserve. Guys tell your girls, girls tell your dude. We on Instagram and we on YouTube. Views and likes, we run it up. Subscribe to the boys and run it up. It's your favorite podcast, turn it up. The Run going live, we done it up. If you like sports, we got it. You see the game winner, who shot it? Score a touchdown in the last second. We gon' talk about it in the next segment.
Good evening, everybody. This is The Run. My name is Mason Kilby. We got Sean Griffin on the other side of me. We got Lance Rochelle. He'll be coming in just a second with us. We got a big show today. We got the one and only Mr. King of NIL, Mr. Rayquan Smith, going to be joining us in a little bit later to discuss his business acumen, his drive to be what he is today. Coming from an HBCU, NILs is not easy to come by. This man got 85. I mean, 85. I am not exaggerating NIL deals. So we're going to be bringing them in to talk about more about that, more about HBCUs and things of that nature. But first thing first, Sean Griffin, what it do, man?
What's good, my boy? Been a long time coming. A long time coming. I remember probably about 5 years ago we met. We used to always talk
About
about this
5
when
years
you
ago.
working for the Department of Corrections, man.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
now here
yeah.
we are, man. Here we are in the era of podcasting and you know exploring new ventures. Here we are from coaching the coaching to podcasting, baby. We done made it.
Man, we definitely done made it, man. So let's get right into it, man. So now we are into the spring age of college football. Of course, high school spring is coming around next month, but let's get a little bit into, you know, college football spring, and most notably, let's talk about Alabama. Let's talk about Alabama. I mean, unless you was asleep under a rock somewhere, the GOAT, Nick Saban, decided to walk away from the game and retire. And
Yeah.
everybody is waiting to know what's Alabama going to look like with the obvious elephant in the room, Nick Saban gone. Not to mention the all-world safety Caleb Downs transferring to Ohio State. What is Alabama going to look like coming into the spring? Because we all know that they're going to look different. But what I want to know is how different. What is going to be? What is Alabama going to look like from your viewpoint?
I mean, right now, man, we looking at a new age in college football, man. Who would have thought that we would actually just see Nick Saban walk away from the game and say, you know, I can't do it no more. We always thought, you know, whenever Nick Saban would retire, that'd be the hardest job to fill in college sports, not just college football, but college sports in general. I mean, Nick Saban is second to none. Look at the talent he's produced as far as players and coaches. So for Alabama, I mean, I feel like for the guys returning, you kind of really gotta hone into with everything that you learned under Nick Saban, and you gotta keep
Right.
that Bama pride, honestly. And I say that as a diehard Florida State fan, man. You gotta hone into everything that Nick Saban taught you in your time at Alabama, and you gotta hone in on that Bama pride, man. You gotta let people know that the tide ain't dead, the tide's still gonna roll. So I mean, it's all in it's all in how well the coach can transition. It's all in how well do the guys that stayed, how well do they buy into the system, how well do they buy into the program, how much does he try to change the program, and make it his own thing. Because that's not saying that he's not a great coach in his own right. I mean, look what he just did at Washington last year.
Yeah,
We
and
said
you speaking of the head coach Kalen, forgive me if I pronounce this wrong.
Kalen DeBoer.
DeBoer. We're gonna say Kalen DeBoer, but yeah, head coach from Washington had a lot of success. Obviously, with Washington making the playoffs, and him and Michael Penix Jr. leading the Washington into the playoffs, and
you
man,
know, eventually, falling to Michigan in the Natty. But I mean, hey, man, that says a lot in itself. That says a lot in itself. Like, you know, shortly into losing that game, he already knew he was headed to Alabama. So it's like how soon or how not how soon, but how long did Alabama know that Nick Saban would be departing? It's like they handled this in a manner where they already knew he would be leaving because his predecessor was named shortly thereafter. And while the speculation came about, oh, they're gonna get Prime and they're gonna get Dabo Sweeney and they're gonna get you know whoever they could have possibly named of replacing Nick Saban. So to go out and get Caleb DeBoer is like, whoa, like So I mean, his resume, he put together a resume impressive enough to get him the job. So hats off to the man. But it's like, man, just know this is like it's kind of like not to really be that guy, but it's kind of like when Willie Taggart took over for Jimbo. Jimbo's transition was a little bit smoother because Jimbo was already on Coach Bowden's staff.
right.
I mean, when you bring in a brand new coach to take over for a coach that's become a household name, man, that's brought your school countless national titles, it's kind of hard. And Jimbo bought us one, but the ball's in their court. The ball's in their court. Ultimately, I feel like with the guys that stayed back, they have a lot of talent that stayed. They have a lot of talent that came in as well. So I feel like don't you just can't count Alabama out. Can't count them
You
out.
can't, but I mean that you're taking over behind Nick Saban. That's not an envious position to be with. It take a lot of cojones to be the guy that want to take over behind the goat Nick Saban. And my only concern with for Kalen DeBoer is how unrealistic are the expectations are going to be from the Bama fans. That's the thing because
Yeah,
we all know Alabama fans they're spoiled now. They're spoiled.
yeah. All I
They're
can say to the
spoiled.
Bama faithful, just ease up on your checkbooks. Let them go a little bit. You gotta ease up on your checkbook. Give the man some time. He's coming into a program that expects him to produce immediately. But I mean, in the way that college football has changed, man, Alabama's not shot at NIL. Alabama had NIL before there was NIL. But I mean, you got to give the man some time to come in and do what you brought him to do. I feel like once given that opportunity, I feel like he'll hold up to his end of the deal.
Well, I mean, let's go over the schedule for Alabama here. So, first game they got Western Kentucky. Well, we all know that's going to be. Then they have USF. Then they got a tough one. I mean, that's not going to be an easy game. They're going to Camp Randall to play Wisconsin. That's not going to be an easy game. That's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a game that's going to be won and lost in the trenches. And then after that, they got the big one against Georgia. At Bryant Denny Stadium. At least it's at home in
Yeah,
Alabama. Then Vanderbilt. Then South Carolina. Tennessee. They're playing at Tennessee at Neyland Stadium. We all know what type of environment playing at Neyland Stadium is. It's going to be a very tough environment. Then they have Missouri. I mean, Missouri's coming in as a top 10 team to Alabama. I think a lot of people feel like Missouri could be a sleeper too as far as the playoffs. We're going to extend into a 12-team playoff next year, so a lot of people feel like Missouri could be one of those teams at the end of the day that could be in that semifinals. In the SEC, and then they turn around and got to play LSU at Tiger Stadium at nighttime. I'm sure, and we all know how it is at nighttime in Baton Rouge at LSU Stadium. What type of environment that is? Probably one of the most freakishly abnormal crazy environments that you will ever experience is Baton Rouge at a night game in Louisiana at LSU Stadium, Tiger Stadium. It is not for the faint of heart. So that's going to be a tough one. And no matter how you flip it, twist it, reverse it, however you want to put it. That's not going to be a tough game, easy game by any means. Then another notable game, they got Oklahoma. They're playing at Oklahoma. Oklahoma, Texas now in the SEC now.
Boomer
So
Sooner.
Boomer Sooner at number
Boomer
14,
Sooner.
Oklahoma. Jeez. Then they got to
Hey,
turn
man.
around. What's that? What's up?
I mean, for a guy that's just coming in, he's definitely got his hands full. I mean, but it's like I said to the guys that have already been in that locker room, man. You know, on any given Saturday, any given Thursday, whenever you got Alabama on the schedule, you are going to play Alabama like it is the national championship. That is for everybody who has Alabama on the schedule in the regular season. That's their national championship game. So
Oh, yeah.
as we recall,
Absolutely.
you know, they went to USF and struggled last year. So I mean, for USF has definitely got this game probably up on their big board in the locker room, in the weight room right now. And they're like, hey, we had them down here last year. We had them where we wanted them. They struggled here. Now let's go and capitalize on, you know, what we did last year. I felt like USF played good football. I also feel like with this coaching staff the USF has right now, USF is trying to change the narrative, man. They're trying to change that narrative that we are not just a team that you're going to put on your schedule.
Hold
And, you know,
on, son. We got we already got guests coming in, but he ain't really guests. He's just not joining us. Hey, who that is?
What's up, man? What's up? What's up? How y'all
Mr.
doing, man?
Mr. Late to the party
Man,
himself,
I'm
man.
sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry for my tardiness. Please forgive me.
But yeah,
Man,
man,
we were just getting into the nuts and bolts of it, man. With Alabama, we all know that exit stage right is Nick Saban entering Kalen DeBoer, and just trying to answer what's going to be the expectations of Alabama football, because I'm afraid that we're going to and it's just human nature that we're going to come in and have the same expectations for Alabama as if Nick Saban was still the head coach. And they have a tough schedule. We're in a completely different SEC now with Texas
Yeah,
and Oklahoma in
Texas,
the
Oklahoma,
SEC.
right?
And we're just trying to understand, like, what's the expectations for Alabama in year one under the Kalen DeBoer regime?
Man, I would say, man, I give them 8 games, man. I think they 8 games.
You say 8 games year one.
I say 8 games. I give them 8 games, man. Because you know, unless you know the SEC was a little weak this year, weaker than normal. If they and it's I don't know if they'll be back to what it usually been the last 10 to 12 years in just 1 year. So I give them 8 games because still they Alabama, but losing lose just winning 8 games is a tragedy
I'm
in
saying that's
Alabama.
the world is falling in Alabama
I'm
land.
telling you, if
8 games,
yeah,
Lord.
anything less than 10, it's a losing season for
that's
them.
what I'm saying. I give them 8 games, but losing more than one game a season for Alabama.
I mean, they still returned Jalen Milroe. They lost a big one in Caleb Downs, who Mr. All World Safety went to Ohio State. Now I mean, there's no way you could put it. That was a huge loss. Huge loss. He's probably one of the best safeties I've seen in a minute. He's
God,
probably the best safety since probably Eric Berry at Tennessee.
but hey, can we give some love to the hometown kid, man? They also lost Terry and Arnold, man.
Oh, I
Yeah,
forgot. Yeah,
yeah,
They
yeah.
also
I
lost
forgot to
Terry
mention
and
we lost
Arnold,
Terry. Listen, we
man.
got to get love to the 850 Terry and Arnold. They lost Terry and Arnold. That's not in the
Hey,
defensive backfield, who's probably more than likely going to be a top 10 draft pick. And shouts out to Travis Norton, who is just churning them out
yeah,
with plenty
yeah,
of talent into the 850. You know, Travis
yeah.
Norton, he got a great regimen and a great training program and a great gym here in Tallahassee
Yeah, okay, y'all.
and
You are
over there at
you are in the
Chaos, man. So
Tallahassee area. Send your kids to chaos.
send your kids to Chaos, man. And we're just not saying that, but I mean, the proof's in the pudding. You know, and yeah, if you're in the Tallahassee area, if you have an athlete, man, I mean, if you're not doing it with Travis, then I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what you're doing. But speaking of Terry and Arnold, let's go ahead and get into a little bit of the combine, and I want you guys to see this clip because everybody shocked at this guy for running what he ran. But I've been following this guy since he was a freshman at Texas. And I remember him when he was a freshman at Texas and he balled out against
Oh
Oklahoma.
man.
I think he had like 7 catches for I can't even remember how many yards. But let me show you this clip. Let me just.
Here it goes.
One moving, man.
Oh!
One moving.
4.22 was unofficial. That came in at an official time of 4.21. That is
Listen,
for anybody
listen.
that does not know. That's speed. That's not fast. That's speed.
That,
It's
that
a
speed.
difference. That's speed.
So
Hey,
it for
that
people
boy,
who's not who what you say, Lance?
I say he was moving. Yeah, he
Now
was moving.
for people who not know who that guy was, that was Xavier Worthy. He was wide receiver one for the University of Texas, and he's been that guy. He's been that guy. If you watch clips, if you go and watch clips of Texas, as far as that Steve Sarkisian offense, it was the passing game was ran through Xavier Worthy, and he's been like that since he was a freshman. And he's definitely one of the top wide receivers in the class, and he just solidified himself a whole lot of money and a high draft stock with that 40 times. So let me give you some stats for Xavier Worthy
Yeah,
this year at
it
Texas.
stopped rising because I seen I've been seeing that it stopped rising. They he was late rounds. I seen that he's moved up to the back end of the first round now. So
Right.
he helped his draft stock.
So as a freshman, Xavier Worthy had 62 receptions for 981 yards and 12 touchdowns as a freshman. Then this past year, as a junior, he had 75 catches for 1,014 yards and 5 touchdowns. So now, the proof's in the pudding for Xavier Worthy as far as one of the top receivers in the draft. I mean, it's him, is Marvin Harrison Jr. from Ohio State. I mean, that's a given. And then my guy from Washington. Oh my gosh, well, I don't forgot his name. What's
Roma
my guy from
Dunze.
Washington name? Madunze.
Oh,
So,
Dunze.
with that being
Yeah.
said, who's the number one pick in the draft? I'm gonna start with you, Griff. Who's our number one guy in the draft?
I mean, before we get to the number one pick, man, we got to figure out what are the Chicago Bears gonna do. We got to figure it out. I mean, with Denver giving Russell Wilson his walking papers, what are we gonna do? Is Denver gonna trade up and get that number one draft pick? Is Chicago willing to trade back and actually get Justin Fields some help? Somebody else to throw to in Chicago. So I mean, the number one draft pick, I don't have a dog in this fight. I can't tell you, man. We got to see what else happens in free agency before we can give you a number one draft pick. But I mean, I feel like it's a
But
lot of guys that go at number one. It just depends on who has that number one spot.
Lance,
My man, I think Caleb a lot, man. I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna stick with Justin Fields. I think Caleb a lot for number one spot, man.
yeah, I think with Chicago and Justin Fields, I think that ship has sailed. I mean, if you want to, you could take it for what it is in social media, but this was this huge fuss right here about Justin Fields unfollowing, a bunch of players from the Chicago Bears. I mean, you could take it for what it is, but
I,
I think that ship has sailed as far as Justin Fields in Chicago.
man, I've been seeing the two teams for Justin Fields, man. Has been Atlanta Falcons and Pittsburgh Steelers.
So as you can see right here, so he unfollowed. So he started following a bunch of Atlanta Falcons. He started following Bijan Robinson. He started following Jake London. He started following Kyle Pitts. And I'm not gonna lie. The more and more I think about him in Atlanta and knowing how Chicago Bears are just now started getting him weapons with DJ Moore, the thought of him and Kyle Pitts and Bijan Robinson and Jake London, I'm kind of think
Oh
I'm
yeah,
thinking.
it'll work. It definitely work. And Raheem Morris man. I like Raheem as a good coach, man. But I know he's a defensive coach, but I think he can get with Fields, man. They could put something together over there. They got weapons, so they could put something together over there. He's better. I would take Fields over Desmond Ritter and Taylor Heineke. So
I mean, just to chime in on that one, man, I feel like Justin Fields in Atlanta is a dream come true for Atlanta
he's
fans.
from Atlanta.
He's from the Atlanta area. He's from just outside Atlanta. Grew up there, played his high school ball there. So, the people in the area, they would love to see Justin Fields come back home. And it's not just about Justin Fields. It's about another quarterback who, was an Atlanta native who the franchise wanted to see come to Atlanta, but never got the chance to come to Atlanta. And that person being,
Like Cam.
none other than
Cam,
Superman Cam Newton.
Yeah.
So it's like you kind of make up for not ever pulling that trigger on Cam by getting Justin Fields, because Justin Fields, you throw the tape on, man, you see a lot of Cam Newton and Justin Fields. You see a lot of Cam Newton and Justin Fields. I mean, similar builds, similar play styles. He's got a strong arm, but he's not afraid to cut the ball and run it at the same time when he needs to. And I feel like, if Chicago bails on him because of, lack of production over the years, I mean, you got to look at what you gave him, man. We got to break down what comes with being, a high drafted quarterback in NFL anyway. Everybody shout out the Brock Purdy and him, accomplishing everything that he's accomplished in his short NFL career so far. We got to break down what comes with being an early draft pick as a quarterback and being a late draft pick as a quarterback. As an early quarterback, man, your room for failure is your margin for failure is very small. And that's at any position, but more so with quarterback. There's only one of you on the field at a time. So it's like your margin for error is very small. So it's either, you get it right now or you don't get it at all. And, sad to say, a lot of guys have got their time cut short in the NFL because, whether they got unfair deals or they couldn't just, grasp the concept, or they just didn't transition how they were expected to transition when they got there because of lack of talent around them. I mean, a quarterback is only as good as the guys you put around him to catch the ball.
Right.
Not just the guys catching the ball around them. If I don't have a reliable running back that you have to respect to back out the box, then it's kind of we're playing into a one-sided game here. So
Atlanta got Bijan Robinson though, so
Atlanta has the pieces for Justin Fields.
They got a dog back there.
I don't think. Well, Pittsburgh. I don't think Pittsburgh would be a good fit for him. I think Atlanta would be the best fit for him. Yeah, you got George over there in Pittsburgh, but
GP.
Man,
they got Najee Harris, and
Ooh.
I think Russell Wilson is a better fit for Pittsburgh than Justin Fields.
Yeah,
I think Russell Wilson is definitely a better fit in Pittsburgh than Justin Fields. Reason being, Russell's been around a talented locker room before, and he's been that guy. I mean, you look at his time in Seattle when they won that Super Bowl. That Seattle team was loaded, man. I mean, from front to back, offense and defense.
Yes, sir.
You literally had the best defense in the league and the most high-powered offense in the league.
You had Dan Quinn at defensive coordinator. Shout out to Dan Quinn, now the head coach of my team,
The Redskins.
Yes, sir.
The Commanders. What is their name right now? What is their actual name right now? The Commanders.
We are the
Commander Skins.
Okay. Take charge, right?
Next year.
Speaking of that, listen. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. I done saw some mock drafts where they talking about taking Drake May. If the Commanders take Drake May, they might as well delete themselves as an NFL franchise.
Man, if they take Drake May.
If they take Drake May over Jaden Daniels, if he's there, they might as well delete them as a franchise. Just delete yourselves.
If they take Drake May over Jaden Daniels, I quit. Coach, I quit. I'm gonna pull
what you not a Commanders fan? Hey, we got some room for you over here in the 305.
I'm gonna pull AB. I'm just gonna walk off the field. I'm gonna pull like he did in Tampa. I'm just gonna
take your shirt off, take your shoes off,
just
leave right there.
All off, man.
All right. So next question. We've talked about the number one and where we think number one may be going next year. But who do you guys have as the best quarterback in this year's draft?
It's Jaden Daniels.
I got Jaden Daniels.
I think it's Jaden Daniels.
I got everybody on Caleb Williams. Man, listen, I'm
the odd man out, man.
Yes.
I like JJ. I like JJ.
What?
I mean, 2,991 yards, 22 touchdowns, 4
you got to be talking about JJ from what's happening, man. You can't be talking about JJ McCarthy.
I mean, hey, man. He has the number 3 QBR in college football last year, man, with 22 touchdowns, 4 interceptions.
I get that, but there was just times where I felt like Caleb was just reckless with the football. There was times where he got out the pocket and just I don't know if it's because he's just him trying to make a play. I can understand that, but I just felt like he just was reckless with the football. And when I see Jaden Daniels, when I see his pocket presence, when I see the way he moves in the pocket, when I see the way the ball comes off his fingers, the way he puts spin on it, his arm strength, I just feel like he is the better ultimate prospect than Caleb Williams. Not the
And-
downgrade. Now, Caleb Williams is a great talent. He is
Yeah.
a great
Yeah,
talent.
you can't deny that.
But I feel like Jaden Daniels has the intangibles that I want.
But
That's just
he
what
is
I
a
feel.
game changer. You hear me? He's a game changer.
I can
Listen,
go
man.
for it.
You say J.J. McCarthy.
I like JJ, man. I
Boy,
like JJ.
that's the first. I
As
know
a,
it's
what, a
just
first
not
round
Riley,
quarterback.
but
I
that's
like
the first.
JJ. I like JJ. And the thing with me liking JJ is I'm okay with JJ not going somewhere as a starter right now. Because you give JJ the time, you give JJ McCarthy the time to sit here, pick up on the game speed, get reps in, just adjust and adapt to the NFL. I feel like most quarterbacks, honestly, realistically speaking, if you want to draft a quarterback, ideally, yes, you want a quarterback that can come in as a first-year guy and change your franchise, but at the same time, you want a quarterback that can come in and win the locker room first. You know what I'm saying? You want a quarterback to come in and kind of earn his keep. And I feel like with
I agree.
Caleb Williams, I feel like he's hiding his confidence with a lot of arrogance.
Man,
I feel like
he do a lot of suspect things off the field for me, man. So I
the fingernails, man.
yeah, the dress, and then he got his dad. They talking about he want to own half of the team, man. Come on, man, stop it.
Yeah, I feel like his off-field antics, man. It's like, bro, you're arguably a top 5 guy, but it's like we all know that game speed from the NFL to college is totally different. Especially if you didn't play in the SEC, and I'm not an SEC fan by any means.
I ain't no SEC
But-
man either.
But
it's been
anybody
the
that
best
knows
conference,
college
yeah.
football can tell
Yeah.
you the speed difference from any conference to the
Yeah.
NFL translates the best in the SEC.
Yes, it
In
does.
And
the
I
SEC,
mean,
it
Yes,
does. It does.
you look at the numbers behind it, man. Nobody's sending more guys. I don't care what school, but nobody's sending more guys per conference to the league every year like the SEC.
Nobody.
You need one good year in the SEC, and you can be set for at least a 5 to 10 year career in the NFL.
Yeah.
You can't do that nowhere else.
Yeah, man. But see,
As bad as it hurts me to say that, the SEC is the standard. So it's like, I get it. The Pac-12 was fast-paced and whatnot, but I mean, you guys got speedy guys that's just how the Pac-12 is built. But you don't
Yep.
get many journeymen as linemen out the Pac-12. Some of the best talent we've seen in the Pac-12 have gotten to the NFL and just been like, hey,
yeah.
But
didn't
I mean,
that guy win a Heisman?
And
Where's
too, man,
the last Heisman winner from the Pac-12 right now?
and with the Drake May, man, I watched. I've
I
watched
think was
him.
not to cut you off, Lance, but you said the last Heisman winner from the
last
Pac-12
Heisman
was
winner
it
from the
was it
Pac-12.
Mariota?
Exactly. And
Was
where's
it
he at
Mariota?
right now?
I mean, he had a really good first year and second year, and then he just really he fell off. He fell off bad.
He's backing up in Philly right now, man. It's like
Yeah,
he's not a bad quarterback.
No.
It's just the higher you go, the smaller that margin for error, man. So I mean,
And then not to mention, I mean, the Pac-12 defense are sort of like the Big 12 defense. There ain't no defense. I mean, so that you got to take that into consideration too. Going back to Sean, what you said about the SEC and the speed of it and everything, and the Pac-12 and the Big 12 has been much maligned for their lack of defense. So a lot of people want to feel like I'd rather have the Heisman Trophy winner quarterback out of the SEC than the Heisman Trophy winning quarterback out of the Pac-12. Now, some people may feel that way. Some people may not like that. But, I mean.
Until next year, because that guy's coming out.
Yeah. Then we got that guy.
Then we got
coming
that
out.
guy. So, I mean, hey, man, I feel like next year it'll be him and Travis off to the races.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Early on.
So,
let's see what they can do.
I have these stats. So, Jaden Daniels in his Heisman Trophy campaign threw for over 3,800 yards, 40 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions.
4 interceptions. I know the stats, baby. Listen,
Now, here's my question. Now, here's my question.
Jay Davis, I know the stats, boy. You hear me?
But as bad as they say Caleb Williams struggled this past year, he had a very respectable 3,600 yards passing, 30 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. So when you think about it, as much as people say that Caleb Williams struggled, he really had a phenomenal season.
I'll give it to
So
him.
but just for me, I just love Jaden Daniels the way he passes that rock, man.
Man, he got the best deep ball in the draft. Period.
Oh my goodness, I just love the way he
deep
passes
ball, best deep ball. Man, listen, I watched all 22 film on Jaden Daniels, on Caleb Williams, Drake May. I ain't got the JJ, man. I don't know what my boy talking about with the JJ, man.
But
listen,
okay. On to another question real quick. So, best receiver in this year's draft, who you got?
I got Malik Neighbors, man. I watched the film on Malik, and I watched the film on Marvin Harrison. I got Malik Neighbors, man. Listen, if for those out there, man, y'all out there, man, get you a subscription to all 22, man. You can see.
And we're not being sponsored by all 22 either. We're not being sponsored.
We're not sponsored by
real.
all 22, but I'm telling you, if you want to watch real film, if you want to watch real film, man, all 22. Get your subscription to all 22. You can see everybody on the field, every play.
I'm gonna go with Malik Neighbors as well, because I think that how solidly built Malik Neighbors is, and the way he catches in traffic.
Man, and
like
can,
a lot of people,
he can get out of there. He can wiggle out of anything, and he can get gone, man.
Right, but I'm telling you, my boy Xavier Worthy is not to be slept on. I'm telling you that right now, and I don't have no problems with Harrison, but Harrison is not the fastest receiver in the world. He's not the fastest receiver. He's a strictly possession receiver, and I don't know, and that concerns me. Even though his dad wasn't the fastest receiver either. But that was a different NFL though. So that's what scares me with Harrison. I don't know if I don't think he's gonna. I don't even think he ran in the NFL combat. Did Harrison run a 40?
He's not even running in the pro day.
Right.
He's not working out in the pro day. Everybody else that didn't compete in the combine is gonna do it at they team's pro day. He's not even doing anything at pro day.
Right. You know, and from what I hear, he's running like a high 4.5, 4.6s. You know, and he's not the fast receiver. And don't get me wrong, you don't have to be fast to be a good receiver and a great receiver in the NFL.
Okay,
but
there we go. I'm glad you cleared that up.
Yeah, let me clear that up now. Let me clear that up. You do not have to be fast.
Jerry Rice wasn't fast.
Jerry Rice wasn't fast at all either. But Jerry Rice wasn't fast. Andre Johnson wasn't fast. Chad Johnson wasn't terribly fast either. So you don't have to be very, but you got to be a technician.
You had that dog, Randy Moss, but he was
all
fast.
I'm gonna say is, man.
Now Randy Moss was fast. Now that boy was fast.
Of course, but all I'm gonna say on that one is, I'm gonna finish off the hat trick. I got Malik Neighbors as the best receiver in the draft.
Okay.
But just to finish off what you said about you don't have to be fast, or you don't have to run a crazy 40 time. You know, honorable mention. And he's, I just found out that his combine interviews that he's actually cousins with one of my favorite receivers of my favorite pro team in the NFL, Keon Coleman. Perfect example. He didn't run a fast 40. He ran the slowest 40 time in a group of three.
But Keon big as
Jared Bruce around. He turned around and ran the fastest gauntlet times and had no drops in the group of three.
But Keon big as hell though. Keon big as hell.
But listen, watching Florida State this year, I knew Keon wasn't that fast.
But I watched him out of there.
I knew he wasn't that fast.
But he got up out of there.
Yeah, he did. He got game speed.
Keon gonna be a dog.
Your cousin told him, I need something special out you, and what he did. Took him to the house.
Keon gonna be a dog, though. He gonna be a dog.
Before we close out this segment, best running back.
Trey Benson.
I got Trey Benson.
Hold on, let me show you a clip of Trey Benson.
College won the toss, deferred, and Florida State receives the opening kickoff. It's Trey Benson. Crosses over the 20 with a seam past the 40. And Trey Benson is in the open field inside the 20 with a stiff arm. And how's that for a start for the Noles?
I think he was Wake Forest, man. He called a strong pass, man. and he was out of there, man. I ain't know he was that fast until I seen him run that screen pass for like 80-yard touchdown, man, against Wake
That
Forest.
man, he ran a
Hey, man.
4.39, man.
Yeah, I ain't know he was that fast though, like that.
4.39 and
Yeah,
40
Trey
this year
Benson
as
is
a
this
junior.
year's. I compare Trey Benson to, I want to say Raheem Mostert, but that's because I'm a Dolphin fan. But
Trey might
just
be a
his,
little more powerful than
he a little bit more powerful than Raheem Mostert now. Trey is so built, solid, and
yeah.
compact. Did you see how when he got in the open field, he got them knees up and just start churning and churning?
I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you my best Trey Benson comparison, and it's another former Florida State running back who didn't really
Dalvin.
get his just due. Nah, not Dalvin.
You talking
We
about
all know
Antoine
Dalvin.
Smith?
Dalvin was a take it to the house guy. We knew that.
What are you talking about?
To my Antoine Smith?
Nah, I'm gonna let you think about it a little bit more.
Out of Florida State, Devontae Freeman.
Nah, I wanted to go Devontae. I wanted to go Devontae Freeman, but I was thinking more James Wilder Jr.
Okay, I see. I can see.
He way more explosive and faster than
got more
James Wilder,
speed than
though.
James Wilder. He
Hey,
got more
but
speed than
listen,
James.
you give him that speed boost. He's definitely faster than James Wilder Jr. I'll give him that. But you break them down, and they're the same player. They're physical guys. They don't put the ball down. So right now, I got Trey Benson this past year, his junior year, with 156 carries, 905 yards, 14 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Then his sophomore year, I got him on 154 carries, 990 yards, 9 touchdowns, and again, 0 fumbles. So I mean,
I don't think I see him fumble now. He does, yeah.
for a guy that is his size and with his speed and his skill set, and he's also a physical back, he does not. He takes care of that football, man. You can give it to him between the tackles. You can give it to him on the outside. And as you saw in that clip that you just played, you can kick it to him, and he might just take it back. So I mean, Trey Benson, I'm looking forward to you having a spectacular NFL career, sir.
We all agree on Trey Benson being the best back too. Okay,
Since we own Florida State, because we about to come up on our guest time and we're bringing in Rayquan Smith. But since we bring it on Florida State, what's Florida State gonna look like this year with a bunch of turnover? They lost Jordan Travis, they lost Trey Benson, they lost Keon Coleman, they lost Wilson, they lost a lot on the defense. What is Florida State going to look like for the spring? Because they got a lot of spring questions. And I'm dealing with 2 Florida State guys. I'm outnumbered right now.
This year, man, Florida State might be 13 and or number 13 when the playoffs come out.
They're going to find a way to leave us out.
They're going to go 13 and 0, and they're going to be number 13 when them top 12 come out.
They're going to find a way to leave us out, man. But on a serious note, on a serious note, as a Florida State fan, it hurt me so bad to watch that, man. To watch us get left out. And, a lot of college players around the nation felt the same way. But at the same time, I feel like for those that doubted how good that Florida State team really was, even without Jordan Travis, you really got to see it in the combine.
Yes, you
got to see it in the combine.
Yeah. They
every guy, with the exception of Jordan Travis, who came out this year, who said, okay, you know what, I'm going to forego this bowl game, which is now pointless because this is not what we played for. We went undefeated and should be playing for a national championship. So for all of those guys that forwent that bowl game to, prepare for the combine, you saw it. And it makes you respect their decision so much more. Because it's like, the argument was, nobody want to go out there and see a low-scoring game. You got just that. Even with leaving Florida State out, you got just that. The team you put in, they got sent home. Both teams you put in got sent home. And the 2 teams that earned it were the 2 teams that played for the national championship this year. But it's like, the guys that actually said, okay, this is it for my collegiate career. I'm going to take my talents to the NFL. that time they spent preparing was not wasted, man. And you saw it even all the way down to big boy Braden Fisk, baby.
Now he's surprising, man. I ain't think he was moving like that.
I didn't know he was moving like that, boy.
And listen, a
Listen,
big fella
God,
that big should not be moving that fast. And he's
he
an
really should.
undersized lineman. But I mean, a big guy his size shouldn't be moving that fast. But I mean, man, listen, Florida State has the opportunity to do what they did last year. Even with the guys that left, even with the guys that, transferred in, we got that Bama blood that came in.
You know what, Mike Norvell, man. I say Mike Norvell and Deion Sanders is animals in this transfer portal, man. They probably the best two in the transfer portal.
Definitely.
That's out there. Deion Sanders and Mike Norvell are definitely the best two in working that transfer portal.
But one last question before we bring our guests on, gentlemen. Well, more so not a question, but yeah, I guess it's a question in a sense. LeBron James, 40,000 points. And what does that mean for his career?
Wait, hold on.
Man, listen.
It's a beautiful thing.
Mike would have had 60,000 if he didn't take those.
Come on, man. But no, on a serious note, man. On a serious note, I mean, people say LeBron, he earned his statue in Cleveland, going back and winning that one championship for Cleveland. He won his first 2 championships in Miami after going 4 years in a row in Miami when he went down.
Yeah, he had to come to my team for we could save him.
But I mean, when all is said and done, he achieved his major career accomplishments as a Laker. So I got a couple dates for you guys. We got March 6, 2019 is when he passed Michael Jordan on the all-time scoring list. January 25th, 2020 is when he passed Kobe Bryant on the all-time scoring list. And most notably and most recent, outside from him scoring 40,000 career points, on February 7th, 2023 is when LeBron James became the all-time leading scorer in the NBA. So what does that actually mean for his legacy? Not just as, not in the GOAT debate, not in, what does that mean for his legacy as a Laker? That he did all of those 3 milestones, or 4 now, with him, apex and 40,000 career points in a Lakers uniform. What does that do for his legacy as a Laker?
I think it's not as much as his legacy with the Lakers. It just speaks to his longevity, man. It just speaks to his longevity to be as
years, man.
For him to be as good as he's been for over 20 years, and for him to get 40,000 points, that just speaks to his longevity, the way he take care of his body. It's something that we'll never see in our lifetime, definitely.
Hey, my question is he going into the drop?
Listen, when LeBron was a rookie, this is no cap.
My question is he going into the drop, man?
Is he gonna enter the drop program every time?
Hey, man, I think he got that deferred comp. Got that deferred comp. He ain't entering the drop, man.
I remember in 2002 when LeBron was in high school. I was in the 7th grade, and I saw the ESPN magazine with him on the cover with the Irish jersey, the St. Vincent St. Mary Irish jersey. I thought he played for Notre Dame. I was like, okay, who's this guy that plays for Notre Dame?
No, so Bron, man, shout out to Bron, man. With class of 2003, Bron. I know, I see you, man. We do this, man. Bron graduated the same year I did. We do this. 2003. Shout out, 40,000 points, man. I give that to you.
It's amazing, man. Like 40,000 points.
Yeah, man, Bron. Listen, man. I talk trash about Bron just to be talking trash, but Bron did his thing, man. Bron a beast, man. But I'm a Jordan guy myself, but Bron did he did his thing, man. I'm proud.
Hold on, we got Coach Gaines. That's Coach King without a crown. That's Coach Gaines over here in the comment talking about LeBron the GOAT. He already putting the crown on his head. LeBron the GOAT.
Gaines.
Yeah, Coach Gaines over here.
Gaines, what's up, man?
That's what I'm talking about.
LeBron the
man.
GOAT. I mean, we not gonna get into it. We not gonna get into the LeBron and Jordan debate.
Man, Braun third on my list, gang.
You say he third on your list.
Yeah, man. I got
Who's
Jordan.
1 and 2?
I got Jordan. I got Bean, and then I got Braun.
Bean. Oh, Kobe Bean.
You got Kobe.
Yes, sir.
I respect it, man. I respect it. I feel like we put too much emphasis on the GOAT debate and the GOAT comparison, and I feel like, you know, in their own right, in their own asset, we should appreciate all three of them for what they did for the game of basketball. And more so LeBron, just speaking on the longevity, man. Like Kobe, you saw just how you know how much 20 years beat on Kobe. You get what I'm saying? Like, so let's not act like Kobe was shy of the longevity title, because Kobe played 20 years as well. But it's like, man, you saw Kobe. Kobe was a shell of himself when he retired.
We got that guy. We got a guest.
Oh, we
got
Mr.
a guest.
NIL on the line.
Okay.
We got Mr. NIL on the line.
Yeah, hear me?
Ray,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can hear you, brother.
All right, good.
Are you you say you had a basketball game?
Oh, it started at 9.
Oh, it started now. Who playing?
It's Nova State versus Howard.
Oh, versus Howard. Oh, what's the spread?
Hey, man, you trying to get that man?
Do I need to take the over or under?
Athletes can't bet. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't bet.
Right.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah. My bad. Sorry.
Trying to get that man jammed up, man.
I'm just trying to make me a little couple. I'm just trying to make some change.
Don't mention my name.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But man, Ray, man, before we get into the nuts and bolts of why you're here, I just want you to tell everybody that's listening in your beginnings and how you wound up being a running back at Virginia State, your high school career, and all that stuff. Just to let inform everybody at home.
Well, I played at Palm Springs High School. Played football, ran track there for 4 years. Won 4 state titles. From there,
you won 4 state titles?
Yeah, I won 4 state.
That man said he got a ring for every finger on his hand.
Yeah.
GOAT type stuff.
Then I went to Nova State, committed there. Played my freshman year. I was a true freshman. Then COVID hit. After COVID hit, a lot of stuff changed. College coaches changed. People left. People got fired. You know, a lot of stuff happened. 2021 happened. We got a new head coach. From there, it was a little ups and downs. Then NIL came through, and with NIL,
right.
I took advantage of that. Saw the opportunity,
no kidding.
took advantage of it. Yeah, saw the opportunity, took advantage of it. Didn't hold back, even though I was at a smaller school. And from there, you know, I'm here.
So my question is, who put you on game as far as the NIL game? Because NIL it's still such a new aspect in college football. But you seem to have took it and just ran with it like just a seasoned veteran pro. Like, so did somebody teach you the game as far as NIL and just, or is just something they just self-taught and you just have that business acumen?
It was, I taught myself. I mean, I wanted the job at Planet Fitness, didn't get the job. Luckily, NIL came through later. And with that, you know, I saw top 5 athletes getting deals for like $500,000 to $1 million. I'm like, well, that's not going to be me. So what can I do to get the same amount of money? So I said, I bet I'm going to rack up deals to equal the same amount of money. So now I'm up to 92 deals with 6 figures. So, you know, I think I'm going in the right direction.
Wait.
No kidding.
Run that back. You said you're currently up to 92 deals and making 6 figures off NIL.
Yes, sir.
So we went from 85 when we got this guy signed up to come on here and interview to 92. So this is
I had 92
young
for a
man.
while.
Okay.
Oh, he had 92 for a while. Okay.
And it's self-taught, man. So do your due diligence, man, and put in the work, kids. That's what you do.
So what's the biggest thing can you tell from? Because we have a lot of athletes that tune in on the show and tune in to what we're doing. What's your advice to athletes that's in college now or high school athletes that's getting to prepare for that transition to college? What's your advice to them as far as how to present themselves as businessmen and businesswomen and as far as securing those NIL deals?
Just be consistent, be marketable. When it comes to NIL, it's more about the marketing and stuff, man. how can you be marketing? How do a brand, how do a business see value in you, and can it benefit him, the brand and you at the same time? So the best thing is really be consistent, and social media is gonna be a lot of that's gonna be the route of getting there. So like posting content, do a lot more hands on Instagram, TikTok, and maybe
Mhm.
Twitter too. So just being marketable.
Man, that's amazing, man. So with that being said, are you getting prepared for as far as try to make your way into the NFL, or are you thinking about going into the business, being a businessman? So what's the next thing for Raekwon Smith right
Well, I got another year left for football. I'm gonna
now?
play
Okay,
my last year at Virginia State running back. I'm gonna do what I gotta do to get my name out there more. I mean, my name's out there, but now I
it
get
is
my name out there for football. I mean, I think I'm gonna get a shot at the HBCU Legacy Bowl and maybe the Combine,
right.
some bowl games. Off the strength of who I am. But I still want to put in that work in and put and do a little extra to make sure my name sticks out to other running backs out there in the class 125 draft.
Nice. Sean, you got some questions for him?
Uh, so for the guys, for the athletes coming out of high school, I went to a HBCU myself. I went to Bethune-Cookman University. Yeah, Mary's babies, Coach Jenkins, when we had that good little run. Me at. But for the guys that are coming out now, man, that may be frowning down on an HBCU, and they think that D1 at a Power Five school is their only option. What do you have to say to those guys?
Uh, it don't matter what school you go to, for real. I mean, as long as you market yourself, you're gonna get deals. What I would say is nowadays, the the black culture, black people, they can go to HBCU and still get the same benefits from Power Five. Now you might make the same amount of money, but my most thing is really just you can stay in school for all 4 years. You ain't gotta leave early to go to a league. That's in any sport. Basketball is 1 year you can leave. Football, three
Right.
years you can leave. Women's basketball, I think you got to stay all 4 years. I'm
Yeah,
not sure. So
it's
like
4 years.
you really can stay all 4 years and just write that money up because you're not guaranteed to go to the next level. And you're not
Right.
guaranteed to go to the next level and make the same amount of money you made with NIL. So my advice is get a degree, make some money in college, enjoy it, then see what happens after that.
And for anybody that got any questions for Raekwon Smith, post them in the comments too. Don't be afraid. If you got some questions, just post them in the comments. But
Let me
Lance, what you got?
you let everybody you broke these you did these deals yourself, right?
Yeah, I did most of myself. I did have an agent. My agent was Freddie Birdie. I had for H1 2021, 2023. Freddie with my agent, he took his time to go with his wife. His wife got a new job somewhere, so he took that and they doing great things over there. And probably a few months later, after that, I rolled in with another agent, Marquez Torres, with Trick Sports, and that's my agent until my last year of football. Once I'm done football, I mean, he probably gonna be gone because I don't need agents that now. I'm looking to like NFL agents to getting ready for the next level and everything. So I'm being very particular who I pick because a lot of people have been hitting me up, but I'm being very precise who I want. Because if
Right.
anything, I might just rock with myself. I know all the ins and
Right.
outs and everything.
Yeah.
So
See,
I mean,
that's
you
what I would
really.
say, man. Kids, y'all learn the business, man. Just don't
yes,
learn the business, man. I was just gonna say, I guarantee you learned the business from working with them. So,
so
yeah,
like I
man,
mean,
learn the business.
if it's needed, I will get it. If it's not needed, and I can really just promote myself, rock out, and do what I gotta do, I'll do it. Like I ain't ready to spend extra money if I can do it myself.
Right, right.
Let's see.
And Raekwon, to my knowledge, you have your own NIL app called Sponsor NIL Pro. Do I got that correct?
Sponsor Pro. It's called Sponsor Pro.
Sponsor Pro. So go into detail about your that app that you have, and let the viewers know about Sponsor Pro.
With Sponsor Pro, it's an app where we help student athletes get NIL deals. It's a marketplace where people can sign up. Student
Right.
athletes can sign up and make a profile of themselves and get NIL deals. And brand the companies can sign up too as well. And partner with different athletes as well. So it just basically trying to help other athletes get deals. You know, that's my job. I just want to help people get deals. You know, it was marketplaces I did when I first started, but now I can help other athletes get deals now because I have the tools and resources, and I know the ins and outs of it.
Man, it seems to me like you was born to be a businessman. I mean, just point blank period. So I mean, I don't know what you're gonna do post football, but being a businessman, oh heck, man, I could see you being an NFL agent in your future. To be honest with you, the way you handle yourself, man. So so what? I'm I know you probably may not know, but what's your gut feeling as far as what you want to do post football career?
I like photography. I'm a photographer. I'm a
Oh, you like
photography.
photography?
Hey,
Hey, you dealing with two photographers right here.
Yeah, so I'm in photography. I do photography and media.
gotta go
So,
with it, my brother. Gotta go with
But
it.
yeah, but I'm a photographer. Hope the internet don't break away. But I'm a photographer, so I do a lot of photography stuff. And you know, I didn't think the photography was gonna blow up the way it did, but it
oh
did.
man,
So you know, I caught the photography business right when I needed it to. So
yeah.
I last 2 weeks ago made a year when I first started.
So is that what
So
you do for Virginia State at the games, the basketball games? You kind of do
I'm
photography
the
for the athletes?
I'm the assistant SID. I do all the media, photography, graphics, all that. That's my job. I control all that.
This guy here.
He's just he's a jack of
This
all
guy
trades.
here.
He reminds me of me. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
By you. I think he remind
So
everybody a little bit of themselves, man.
If
so
the
right,
connection go in, if the connection go in and out, I'm walking to the game. So hope the connection don't go in and
gotcha.
out. You know, I'm on a HBCU campus Wi-Fi. You know how it goes to the service.
Come on, man. Don't do him like that.
So what do you going into the spring, because I know spring football is coming around. So what's Virginia State looking like going into the spring?
Well, I can't really speak too much on it. I haven't been there for my practice. I'm at track season right now. I'm running
Okay.
track right now too.
What are you
So
running
I've been in
track?
track season. I do the 100 for about one and all the throwing events.
Okay. So quick question. Speaking of track, did you run track in high school?
Yes, I did. Ran 10.7, 6.45, 21 long jump. I was fast. Ran 4.3, 40 as I track, but it's still times.
Yeah. So what's your advice to kids as far as rather they should run track in the off season at the high school level?
Yes, most definitely you should run track because track is going to automatically. So once you finish track season, you go right to that football season. You're going to feel so fast, so dominant. It's going to be crazy.
You just feel like you're just moving at a whole nother speed from it than everybody else, huh?
Yes, sir.
Where you going? Athletes, especially football players, run track, man.
Run track.
Yeah, but I run track. You know, my mom ran track, my dad ran track, so I want to run track. You know, and I can't. I was very successful with it. I told myself I wasn't gonna do it at Virginia State. I ended up doing it anyway. I can't get away from it.
Shout out to mom and dad for the genetics.
I'm telling you.
So
I mean,
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I said that, and I think that's gonna really go help my draft stock. I'm predicting to run 4.3 at the combine. You know, that's me.
What?
I'm
Benson out this thing.
Yeah, I want to run 4.3 at the running back. I'm 225. Hopefully, keep that weight.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'9".
5'9", 225. Boy, you a bowling ball.
Bowling ball.
I'm predicting to run 4.3. If I run 4.4, I won't be mad. But I'm predicting to run 4.3. And if I really had a good day, I might drop a 4.2. Nah, that's just me. You know, I got very confident in myself. I know my speed. I know how I train. So, you know.
Hey, listen. Hey, you better do that because I'm gonna be talking you up too. I'm about when you come up run that 40 in that combine, but I watch my dog right here. 4.2. I got 100 on it. What's up? 4.2.
Oh, don't worry about it.
I'm
gonna be promoted myself. So, you know, I'm already gonna tell people, you know, I'm just gonna, you know, do what I gotta do. You know, I'm not gonna put confidence in myself and see what happens. But like I said, if I fall short, I just fall short. But at least I went out there knowing I gave my all.
Oh man, so
gotta love that.
So what's your estimate? What's your What's your estimation as far as your season next year? How many rushing yards? Just give me a estimation.
Give
Just
me
give a
gold,
round
man.
of
What's your
ball.
goal, man? What's your goal?
What's the goal?
My goal is to have 1,000. I had 1,000 I never had 1,000 rushing yards in college yet, so that's really the goal. But if I want to be realistic, we got like 3 or 4 running backs we might play. So I would say me for real would be like 600 yards, probably 200 receiving yards, and that's probably all. A couple touchdowns, probably like 5 or 6. But I'm not gonna put high hopes because I know we got a lot of running backs that are gonna play next year, and we don't just play one running back. So we're gonna be sharing the ball. But if I'm hot, I want a game that I can get a 200-yard game. That's me. I want at least 2 games of 200-yard games. So
feed them, coach. Feed them.
That's me.
So,
but then
go ahead.
But that's just me. Got to come to practice and do what I gotta do and just do what I do.
Listen, yeah, we got some guys talking about 4-2, man. Their minds are blown right now. Like, so I'm excited. I'm excited for you, man. I'm excited for the season. I'm excited where you heading, and with you being a running back and me being a running back coach. So I want to hear from the horse's mouth as far as that play the running back position at the next level. What's your biggest advice for the running backs at home when it gets to the next level, when they get to college? What's the biggest advice for the running backs? And it could be biggest advice for kids going to the next level in general, but especially the running backs.
Being consistent. That's the most part. Be consistent. Like don't be a home run hitter. Be consistent. Like if you're gonna get 5 yards every play, get 5 yards every play. Don't be that person that get a touchdown one play, they get 1 yard next play. Be consistent of what you do. That's really the biggest thing. Like my coach always preached to me, just be consistent.
So another thing. So the strength and training conditioning. I know there's a big difference, but I want you to explain again, we have a huge base, with high school athletes getting ready for that next level. I want you to explain to the guys at home the biggest difference and what they're going to experience coming from high school to college as far as that strength and conditioning and what's expected of you at the next level.
Well, if you go to a top high school program like Holly Springs, Virginia, you are going to be ready. But if you don't, then you just got to expect just got to come in. The game speed's different, the test is different, and you got to be ready to work, man. They don't care if you're the fastest, strongest. You feel me? All they care about is effort. Do you got effort? Do you got heart? Like, are you gonna finish? Or are you gonna quit? Like, that's all they care about. Like, the effort really matters.
That's one thing.
I hope y'all taking that in down there. I see DJ Hepburn. That's my running back from this year, getting ready to go on to college himself, man. And I think he's going to do big things at Huntington College, man. But man, Rayquan, man, I appreciate you so much for stopping by and giving us some of that wisdom, man. I know you're a busy guy, and I know you're getting ready for a game and everything. But I appreciate you, man. Lance, Sean, y'all got any parting questions for Ray before we let him get on out of here?
Man, thank you for coming on, man, and good luck with everything you got, man. And man, you keep grinding, man.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Same thing, man. Appreciate you for coming on, kicking this podcast off with us on our very first episode. But I mean, like I said, man, you're a businessman. You seem like you got your head on straight. You're already prepared for life after football, but still chasing football. And
yes,
I respect that. I got the utmost respect for that because a lot of guys don't ever think about the next chapter until it's too late. So with you, keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep doing what you're doing, and keep God first, and you're gonna succeed in whatever you put your mind to.
All right, Rayquan, man, we appreciate you, man. Peace, love, and blessings. Good luck to the game tonight. Hey, man, we might have to come up to Virginia and catch a game, man. I don't know, man. I don't know how if Sean and Lance up for a road trip, but we might have to slide on up to Virginia.
I got gas money.
Go ahead.
You got gas money?
I got gas money.
We got 4 home games.
Y'all got 4 home games?
We got 4 home games.
I got a sister that stay in Virginia too, so it ain't no thing for me. She rides a train to Washington.
I'm gonna see the schedule.
Okay, yeah, do that. Send the schedule, man, and we might have to slide on up there and get us go to a home game, man. Y'all don't play film? Y'all need to play film.
What, FAMU?
Yeah. Oh, he said FAMU like that. Huh?
We ain't paying FAMU. The only D1-2 we paying Norfolk State.
Okay, before you leave, I can't believe I ain't asked this question. What's a homecoming like at Virginia State?
That's what we need to go to. Homecoming.
What's a homecoming like at Virginia State?
I can't tell you.
We just got to be there.
Don't tell me that.
Yeah,
don't
it
tell
rained.
me that.
It rained.
Don't tell me that.
It rained.
Cause I got a
It
lot
rained.
of partners in Sigmas now. Don't tell me that. I know
It
that
rained.
blue juice get heavy. Don't tell me that.
Yeah, but I didn't get experience yet. It rained.
It rained.
Hopefully,
he said it rained.
Hopefully next year it don't rain. I can experience it. It rained. Now Norfolk State now it got crazy, but can't say too much.
Okay.
But yeah.
And we're going to leave it at that. We're going to leave it at that, Ray, man. Let's again, we appreciate you for stopping by the show. Rayquan Smith, starting off the Run podcast. Brother, we appreciate you. We wish you all the success in the world. Thank you. Is he breaking out? Hear me, Rayquan? Can you hear me? He might have broke out already. And he's out.
Man, brother got a good head on his shoulders, man.
92 NIL deals. I mean, he did. I know he's mentioned about an agent, but he don't even need an agent. For what? For what? He has all the knowledge. He has everything. And the fact that at that age, because I think Ray said he's like 22, 23. The amount of business acumen he has at that age is just just mind blowing. Like if more and more guys thought about it, the way he thinks, they'll have plenty of life after football instead of just banking on everything in football. They'll just all about just transitioning to the next stage of their life.
So for all the high school guys tuned in, man, that's just showing you, man. It's not about where you go. It's not about going D1. It's not about going D1 AA. It's not about where you go. It's about getting the opportunity to go do what you love to do at the next level. That's all it is. Opportunity. Opportunity to get your degree, opportunity to make some money, and opportunity to do what you love to do at the next level. That's what it's about the most. So yeah, man. That's about it for episode number 1 of The Run.
But one more thing. We got one more thing. So we like to end. So starting off, we're going to do this thing at the end of our podcast. What did I just watch? So I done took a couple of random clips off the gram, and I'm going to play the video, and I just want your comments on the video. Can we do that? So this is how we're going to end every show on The Run. Is I'm gonna play some random clips on Instagram. And people at home, they have not seen these clips, and I'm gonna get y'all. I need y'all opinion. Can we do that one? Everybody good with that?
Yes, sir.
All right. So first clip. Hold on.
Man, I took yourself out the chat.
What he must have seen something real good that he was watching.
How the tech guy having technical difficulties. Make it make sense, man.
Man, good man. Yeah, man. I dig old Rayquan, man. He good kid, man. Good kid.
There you go. He back now. He changing the format. What you got going on, man?
Hold on, guys. Hold on, everybody. One thing about technology, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. I got kicked out to own my own podcast. Can y'all hear me?
This is crazy. Yeah.
Can y'all hear me? Everybody can hear me?
Yeah.
We
All right. Sorry about that. All right. So back to what did I just watch?
Ready.
First one.
Yeah. I'm straight.
Man, that boy Desi a fool, man.
All right. Sean. Comments, concerns?
Why you gotta do my dog like that, man? Hey, we gotta touch on that topic on another podcast.
Yeah.
But that's
Desi
a
a fool.
grown man, bro. I feel like the
Listen.
internet makes it a safe space for people to forget who you really are in real life. That man is 6'6", 240 plus pounds, and played quarterback in the NFL. Started for most of his career. That's not your regular Joe. Like, this is not your regular Joe, man. You can't just run up on Cam like that, man.
Yeah, the size Cam is, man. Cam could have played defensive end in the league, man. He could. But listen, man, I commend Cam though for not throwing a punch, man, because man, you hit somebody like who Cam is, you hit somebody, man, you gonna be in court, man. So I commend him for not even throwing a punch, man. He took him on around, like he was slinging him around. He put him on the merry-go-round.
he put him on that merry-go-round, didn't he?
Put him on the merry-go-round, but I commend him for not throwing a punch, man, because if Cam throw a punch, man, he in court, man. So good job, Cam.
I don't know what they thought. The man 6'6", 250. I don't know what they thought it was sweet.
But they used to coach with Cam. They used to coach CM1 with Cam. And then they left and got their own 7-on-7 team. That's
so a little bit personal.
So
I'm gonna just put this in a perspective, man. Cam Newton, Cameron Jarrell Newton, is 6'5", 245 pounds. All right. Former first-round draft pick who currently plays for the Carolina Panthers. Number 0, Brian Burns, is 6'5", 250 pounds. Plays linebacker. Just let that sink in for a minute. Cam played quarterback in NFL and weighs 5 pounds less than Brian Burns, who currently plays linebacker in NFL. If you see him in the woods fighting the grizzly bear,
damn it, you helped the bear. You helped the bear.
Hey,
okay.
Well, man, listen, man. But like I say, man, though, Cam, man, he did a good job, man. We done been at 7-on-7 tournaments right next to Cam, man.
Mm-hmm.
Cam walk around, no security. He walk around, he just out there with the kids, man. He coached the team, he called the plays, man. So Cam don't be really when the tournament we done been to with him. Our team done warmed up right next to his team, man. Man, he don't be looking for no trouble most of the time, man. But the times we seen him, he walk around like a normal guy, no security. Most of the time he just there for the kids, man. He care about the kids.
That's
it.
Yeah,
I mean, like I said, I've said it time and time again, man. The disrespect to Cam Newton need to stop, man, because he's done a lot for the popularity of 7-on-7. I mean, you can even go as far as say he's one of the pioneers of helping make 7-on-7 what it is today.
Yeah. And he
does again.
Kids, man.
He does a lot for them kids,
man. And he fly those kids out and he put them and he take care of all the housing and everything, man.
He do too much, man. So I mean, the disrespect to Cam need to stop. It really does, and appreciate this, man. So I got one more for our take on what did I just watch. I got one more for you, baby. And this one is gonna take you back. It's gonna take you back. Y'all ready for this? Here we go.
This is NCAA Game Breaker 98, which offered an array of features that fans of college football simulation games craved back in the day. You could choose from over 100 Division 1A teams as you embarked on your college football journey. Did you ever play it?
Boy, this bringing back some memories, bro.
I had
So
this game.
he's a little bit.
I had this game, but them boy was squares. I don't know what, wasn't it? Them boy had
Now listen, I'm showing my age a little bit. I'm 34, so I'm showing my age a little bit. But that was the Madden before the Madden for me. I don't know about anybody else. NCAA game breaker for PlayStation.
That is the original NCAA football, man.
What?
That's the original.
Listen,
the original.
Finally,
I had that game breaker, but listen, when that NCAA football came out, boy, nothing else mattered.
But listen, on game breaker, if you pick a team like Florida State and put them against Duke, you might drop 300 by halftime.
Yeah, I had that game.
Now, no disrespect to Duke, because Duke is a viable program right now. But I'm talking about back in 1999 on NCAA game breaker. You get a team like Duke and you play there, you might drop about 300 before halftime, and that's no cap.
Yeah, man, that old game breaker, man. PlayStation.
So since we took that trip down memory lane, with the resurgence of NCAA football coming back and making its appearance this year,
I got to have it.
Day one. We don't know the features yet. We don't know, none of that, none of the backstory yet. We just know that we finally getting the game back.
They are going to have NIL and transfer portal in the game.
That's cool. But day one, when you crack that thing open, who are you playing with?
Oh, listen, I'm going to Dynasty with FAMU. What you mean?
Oh,
what you mean?
Man.
And we're going to be number one team in the country.
Listen.
And we're going to have a newly built Bragg Stadium. What you mean?
The HBCU struggle for real. Shout out to Bethune-Cookman University. The Bethune-Cookman University. We finally getting stuff that was, promised us, but 10 years ago?
Right.
But yeah, I mean,
man, Bethune, y'all did Ed Reed wrong, man.
When I crack
by Ed Reed, you ain't doing.
I'm with you when you right, dog. I'm with you when you right, and that goes for HBCUs across the country, man. Start doing better business, and we can build these programs up to be what they supposed to be.
You did Willie Simmons wrong too, man.
Start doing better business, and we can build these programs up to what they supposed to be. You build it, they will come. You let these coaches do what you brought them there to do, and the rest will come. The rest will fall in line.
Who you playing with, Griff?
Me personally, when I crack that thing open, as big, and I mean as big as a Florida State fan as I am, oh man, I ain't got nothing to show you right now. But me personally, when I crack that thing open, all I want to hear is, give me my theme music. I gotta go to Colorado.
You play with Colorado. So listen. As soon as you take that wrapper off the NCAA 25 and you open that thing and you slide it into that PS5 or that Series X or Series or whatever, you going with Colorado.
Series S, you download every game.
Yeah. You got to download.
Man, listen, I got an X, and by then I'll have a PS5 too, because they still ain't really readily accessible unless you go into the pawn shop, and I ain't doing all that. But I got a Series X. And I still got the PlayStation 4, if we being real. But when I crack that seal on whatever console it is on, all I want to hear is, give me my theme music.
Hey man, listen, we gonna be on NCAA 26, man. This podcast, the Run,
doing color commentary.
Listen, I'll gladly do it too.
They're gonna take College Game Day off and put us on the next game, man. We'll be ready.
We're gonna replace Kirk Herbstreit and all them, Brad Nessler and them boys. Oh man, well, this has been a hell of a run. This is the Run. Lance Rochelle, Sean Griffin, we are the Run. Now, tune in tomorrow for our Victory Road series at 8 o'clock with Nehemiah Chandler, the one and only Nehemiah Chandler, the safety from Wakulla High School, Georgia Tech commit. He will be joining us tomorrow afternoon to talk about his commitment, to talk about what's next for him as he gets ready to embark at Georgia Tech. Hey, we might even have a surprise guest or two for you, Whitney and my channel. You never know. You're just going to have to tune in on the Run podcast to find that out yourself because we ain't telling you nothing. So, once again, this is the Run Podcast. Thank you for joining me. My name is Mason Kilby, your host. My co-host, Lance Rochelle, Sean Griffin. We are the one. We outie. Tune in tomorrow at 8 o'clock for the Victory Road series, and it is done.
Listen, remember, y'all, what God got for you, can't nobody take away from you.
Preach.